We locked in our settings. Let's go back to our PowerPoint and see what we got going up next. Okay, so we're going to take a look at our pitchers. We covered this last time in the previous video about what to do for pitchers, but you just figured out what burger you're going to order. All right, so let's complement that with a nice drink, and that's what we're going to do here with our pitchers. So let's go back over to Fantasy Cruncher, and when it comes to pitchers, most of the time you're going to want to cap it here, and this is where you do it. I almost always do 25%. And the reason being is no matter how good or how bad a pitcher does, I don't want him affecting more than a quarter of my lineups. Because if a guy's supposed to do really well and he's in half of your lineups and he gets shelled, your day's pretty much over. It's going to be very difficult to win with that high of a pitcher in your lineups. So what you want to do after that, let's go back to our checklist. So that's all we need to do for pitching. Some people have asked me, I cap for the chalky pitchers what I do with everybody else. 25% for everybody. Don't want anybody in my lineup more than a quarter of the lineup. So let's go back to our spreadsheet. And so we got our burger, got our drink, and okay, so are we gonna get French fries? Do we want them animal style, protein style? Got to complete our meal. So how do you find your stacks? We talked about how to find runs, and we covered that in the last video, but this is all about simplicity. So I'm going to show you the simplest way to go about how to find runs. So go to teamrankings.com, go down to MLB, go to stats, and we want team pitching, earned runs against per game. And this is going to show us the ERAs of every single team through the first month of the season, and we're going to look at this column right here, 2019. We talked about last week on what you can do going on covers or fan graphs. Home away splits are here. Last year's data is here. But we'll just go just keep it simple. Let's keep it simple. Let's go back to our checklist and go to this on deck tab. And the first thing that you'll want to do is you'll want to load up all of your teams and when they're playing, who they're playing. So this is today's matchups. I went ahead and put a red highlight through the games that have been postponed. So let's just we'll take those out in a second. I want to show you how to do this first. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll look up the Cardinals. So the Cardinals are giving up 4.25 runs a game. And we want to put that in their opponent's box. So we're going to put that in the Nationals box because the Nationals are their opponent facing the Cardinals pitchers. The Cardinals aren't going to face their own pitchers. So we'll look up Washington. So they're giving up 5 runs a game. We'll go up and we'll look up the Tigers. They're giving up just over 4 runs a game. So we'll put that in the Phillies box. And then we'll look up the Phillies. 4.32, and so you just go game by game by game and look it up. I've already done it to save us some time. Whoops. To save us some time, let's pull our postponed games out, and we'll go ahead and move these other ones up. So we have all of our games that are playing today. Get rid of the rest of this down here. Just do a nice, clean, even 26 teams, 13 games. So now that we have this, what do we do next? So if you go to this templates tab, I've created a slate by slate and divvied it up by size for you guys so you can see exactly how to apply what we're going to do. So this is over 10 games. We're just going to copy this and we're going to paste it on the 430 tab. And this is going to be for the 405 main slate. I like to label it. These are color-coded for a reason. We'll go over that in a second. So we're going to just take all of the games that are playing today and we're going to copy them. We're going to put them in here and it'll line up team, the time of the game, the total. I do the time in case you're playing all the slates. You don't have to relook these up. You can just copy and paste them by the team. And then we want to go from the top of column D down to the bottom, go to data, sort range, column D, Z to A, so largest to smallest, and that's how we get our stacks. So everything in green is going to be our main stacks, everything in yellow will be our secondary stacks, and everything in red will be our teams that we're not going to be on today. We're going to take some chances. So this column right here, breakdown, is the number of lineups that we're going to be breaking down and putting into our crunch of 150. So the next segment is pretty long, so let's go back to our checklist, and we'll mark off the stacks piece. We'll wrap this video up here, and we'll come back and we'll look at what to do with how to crunch all these teams together.